We are live, I think. We're live, I think. Okay. Awesome. Let's go. So, today's topic, it's gonna be something pretty interesting. So it's so what it so so let's get started. So, what's up, everybody? How are you doing? So, this is actually the first episode of so what I'm gonna be doing every Friday, 7 o'clock. So it's kind of gonna be a show, a little talk about rockets, cars. It's gonna be, and so this is the first episode. So if you like this time, go every Friday 7 o'clock. Go check it out. Next Friday I will not stop. And I haven't been I haven't uploaded in a long while. I got a lot of a script ready. Just gotta record it. But anyways, today's topic, we're gonna discuss two topics. The first is SpaceX Raptor engine. SpaceX Raptor engine. So there's so many engines, huge, small. Yeah, there's a lot of rocket engines right now. But Raptor engine, I think, has really good. It's really good because it has a lot of thrust, and it also and it's not that big if we compare it. But yeah. So SpaceX is basically you. So there's basically a stage cycle. There's an open stage cycle and closed stage cycle. So I'm actually gonna be making a video on this later. I'm working on it. But yeah. So there's two stage cycles: an open stage cycle and a closed stage cycle. So the open stage cycle, which I'll be discussing later. Um, mm, so what's up, everybody? Hey, everybody, it's me, and today we're gonna be doing something a bit different. So today I'm gonna be every Friday, 7 o'clock. I'm gonna be doing this show. So every single Friday, I'm not gonna stop. This is gonna be my kind of a live schedule, but this is the first episode, and today we're going to be talking about two topics. But the first topic, as you can see here, is about SpaceX's Raptor engine. Yeah, the same guy, the CEO of SpaceX, the same guy who owns Tesla, Hyperloop. You already know, Elon Musk. But yeah, so SpaceX is designing a Raptor engine. Well, at least, well, that's what they call it. But they're designing this really, really, really good engine. It's a methane-fueled engine. It has a combustion cycle. It's basically a combustion cycle engine. So a combustion cycle engine is basically, it has an open stage combustion cycle and a closed stage combustion cycle. And I'll actually be making a video on this topic like later. But this is kind of news. I mean, big news, and basically, this is kind of like a really complex version. So I'll show you like a bit not as complex version, but this is how it is. So you have an oxidizer pump, you got an oxidizer tank, an oxidizer pump, a fuel pump, and then a fuel tank, right? So then over here we got a helium supply. Now the reason why we use helium is because it basically pushes the propellant through the through the engine, which is why we use helium. So you got the pipes over here, which goes over there, and it's an inert gas. So basically it doesn't react with anything, so it won't do anything bad. And then so then you got the fuel pumps, okay, and then all of this combusts. So you got an igniter over here, okay, and then once that happens, it goes over here as thrust. So I mean that's kind of a basic overview, but yeah. What happens is you got a pre-burner. So what it does is once these two combust, basically what happens is it basically runs the fuel and oxidizer. When fuel and oxidizer react together, what happens is that there's gas produced, and this gas basically goes into the pre-burner, and it turns the turbine, which turns the shaft, and it basically powers the fuel and oxidizer pump. So that's kind of a basic overview. So then this is all the gas, all the waste, all the smoke that comes out through here. But there, I mean, please bear with me. But there's like so many details, right? But I'll explain it a bit. I'll explain it more. So basically, what happens is everyone knows high pressure to low pressure. The pressure in here is supposed to be higher than over here, and then only it's actually gonna flow. So how are we gonna do this? So there's many limiting factors. Over here we can see a tank. What happens is propellant. In order to have more propellant, you need to you need to store it under high pressure. So then, in order for this, your tanks need to be strong, and then you have more weight, right? So right now, they're capable of storing gases of up to 10,000 psi, which is about 700 bar. Now, in order to get to 800 bar, there's things we need to do. There's a limited amount of propellant which you need to do. So then now what they did is they're actually increasing. What they have to do is either like a higher pressure and temperature inside the combustion chamber is basically higher efficiency and more mass shove through the rocket, which is more thrust. So in order to shove more propellant into the engine, you need to increase the pressure in the tank or shoot the propellant into a combustion chamber with a high-powered pump. So basically what you can see is you have like a little jet engine here. As I said, it's not that accurate, right? But let's just say you have a little jet engine here, and then you got what happens when fuel and oxidizer react together. You got the thrust coming from here, and what happens? It spins it, gives it more thrust, comes out. So that's basically what the turbo pump does, right? So instead of increasing the pressure inside the tank, right, why don't we just have a turbo pump here? So then we start the stage combustion cycle, which I'm not going to bore you with, because, as I said, it's supposed to be a fun episode. But yeah, so this is the pre-burner exhaust, as I was talking about. So when we see over here, right, the pre-burner, there's some exhaust that's coming out. So this exhaust, we can see over here, it's black. So yeah. So then you have, so this is the closed stage combustion cycle, right? So then you can see the preburner and the turbine over here. So yeah, and then you got the hydrogen pump, the oxygen pump. So there's so all of this stuff, it's really complicated when we look at it in this type of models. But I mean, it's clearly over here, and I don't want to bore you with it, so it's already labeled. So there's many different engines. So I mean, you've got the open cycle gas generator, closed cycle oxidizer rich. So you have oxidizer and fuel rich. So why we need to have a oxidized rich why oxygen rich and fuel rich are very very different, if and I'll explain it kind of in another video. I'm gonna make another video dedicated to all this type of stuff. I'm gonna clearly explain it, but right now it's not what this is for. So then, yes, all of this. So inside this, inside here, the temperature is about 6,000 degrees Celsius, around 6,000 degrees Celsius, and now in order to actually maintain this much pressure and heat, you need to have a very strong alloy. Now, basically, an alloy is a metal. It's a metal consisting of two or more metallic components. Alright, so these two metal components can give it more structural rigidity. There's so many different things. But the complexity of developing a new alloy is really, 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 really hard. So takes development. So 4 years later, they are planning to make a new yeah. So 2 years later. Still alive? Yeah. Two years later, they came out with it. So that moves on to the next topic in this car universe. The Cybertruck. I mean, I hope you. I mean, if you haven't seen it, then you've been living inside a cave. The Cybertruck is it's amazing. The Cybertruck, it's definitely very, very, very if you're in a zombie apocalypse, this was what you would be driving. But but they're actually going to be changing the alloy for the Cybertruck. Really, really interesting. But the reason why they're going to be changing the alloy for the Cybertruck is because they're changing the alloy for their rockets, right? So basically, Elon Musk, he confirmed this on Twitter. He put out a tweet saying they're going to be changing the one for their rockets. So then someone asked what about the alloy on the Cybertruck? And Elon Musk replied yes. So that's confirmed for sure. So there's a new Starship. The alloy is going to be changing. So now the exoskeleton is going to be changing. So there's so basically they have these 304L. That's the alloy name, and yeah. So this is the first episode of this, and honestly, it's really fun to do this type of stuff. Kind of teach people, and and if you guys really, really, really like it, I would really appreciate it if you guys can also go check out two of my other videos. More are gonna be coming, but right now I got two videos, and every Friday tune in, 7 o'clock every Friday tune in. We're gonna be talking more about this. So today was about 16 minutes, which, as I said, isn't that long, but as I said, It isn't that long, but um, next time, this is kind of a trial. This is episode 1. We're gonna be premiering more and more and more. We're gonna be crushing it. And I got more videos on the way, but anyways, please go check out my other videos. Subscribe to my channel, and yeah, and I'll see you next Friday or when I hit you in another video.